Hi everyone, my name's Mark Wild, and for those of you that don't know me, I'm a London-based trainer with over 15 years of experience within the industry, and within that time I've moulded my own method which improves not just your muscles, also your movements and your mind. So today's session, the format is very simple. I'm going to take you through a sequence of 8 exercises. We're going to do these back to back, take a very short rest at the end of the round, and then we're going to repeat it. So one thing just to make you aware of before we start, that the reality for everybody is that routine is the only way to get results. So consistency creates change when it comes to exercise, which is why I developed my app, the Health Woodpecker. He's a very helpful habit-forming tool, and he's all about ingraining really rewarding routines. You can do this self-sufficiently, very simply, and you can take any of these videos that I put on YouTube and create your own routine, or you can connect to myself for a tailored one. If you head to the healthwoodpecker.com, you can find all the information there, and you can download the app for free. It's available to download either on the App Store or on Google Play. So this first round we're going to be doing in what I call control mode. This just means we're going to take our time to master the movements, to fire our bodies up nice and safely and effectively. So we'll go straight into exercise number 1. I call this a golf squat. Your feet are going to be shoulder width, okay, and your hands in a bunch up to the high diagonal. And then you're going to follow your hands into center. You do a small squat here into your heels, and then you swing across your body and up to the high diagonal. So you come back into center, into the heels, and across, and then into center and across. So for this one, your head just follows your hands, and your weight goes back into the heels as you go down, and lift. And nice and smooth. Nice and rhythmic as always with these exercises. Into center and up, into center and up. And we'll do a couple more, center and lift, center and lift. Second exercise, we start with our feet hip width and our hands to the side of our hips. Nice and relaxing your shoulders and your arms. Your movement is this: you're going to step backwards and you'll loop your arms up to the ceiling and stepping in. Switching the leg, you step back and loop and return. Okay, so nice and relaxing your arms and your shoulders. As you go backwards, you lift up and return in. So try and keep your feet nice and straight so you're working on train tracks. Okay, and your arms, try and keep them nice and close to your ears as you lift up. If you want to make this one slightly harder, you bend the knees more to drop down further, and lunge back, loop it up, and lunge back, loop it up, and we'll do 4 more here, and 3, and final 2. And the last one. Exercise number 3, I call this a slide, stand and switch. I'll show you side on because it will be easier for you to follow. So remember your foundations of your feet being hip width, and then your movement pattern is this. You're going to pull your belly button in towards your spine to gain your balance. As you slide down one leg, the opposite leg kicks back, and you're aimed to try and get your chest relatively parallel to the floor, and then you come all the way up to stand, nice and tall at the top, and then you switch. So you slide down, draw your navel in towards your spine to get control, and standing nice and tall. Okay, if you do need the support of a chair on this one, do feel free, or the wall, but try to maintain your balance. I have a saying that balance is best, and then slide and stand nice and tall at the top. Your shoulders come back, sliding down, kicking back, and standing tall to switch, sliding down, pulling the belly button in, and standing nice and tall. Let's do a couple more. Don't get disheartened if you do lose your balance. Just reset yourself, and as I say, use the support of a chair or the wall. Let's do last one here, sliding down and standing nice and tall at the top. Exercise number 4, we're going to have our feet to shoulder width or even outside, okay, and then just bring one hand up to the high diagonal. My hand is pulling back slightly, so my shoulder's pulling back. Your head follows this hand. As you bend your knees, you simply touch across to your opposite shin or shoe, and then lifting all the way back up. And again, touching down and lifting up, pulling back into your shoulder blade, touching down to the shin or to your shoe to return up, touching down and returning up. And we'll do one more on this side, touching down and returning up. And then we'll just switch across. So lengthen the arm, pull back into your shoulder blade, let your head follow this hand, tap down and return up, tap down and return up. So your arm's long throughout the exercise. We'll do a couple more here. Pulling back, tapping down and pulling back. Let's do final one, touch down and return up. Exercise number 5. What we're going to have on this one for the hands is you interlink your fingers and your hands are behind your hips, and you want to have a slight lift. Okay, so you should feel a stretch in the front of your shoulders. You're going to try and maintain that throughout the exercise. The movement pattern is very, very simple. Your feet are hip width. You're going to lunge forward, so bend the knees and then return back up, and then switch the leg. So your opposite leg goes forward, bend the knees and return in. Okay, all the while my hands are lifting up behind my hips, so I'm stretching my shoulders and my chest. And remember, for your feet, they work on train tracks, so nice and straight lines, forward and return. Okay, forward and return. Keep the lift of the hands. And again, if it's a bit hard to go all the way down, just shorten your range by bending the knees less. And on the contrary, if you want to make it harder, bend your back knee just above the floor and return. Forward and in. Let's do a couple more. Forward and in. And last one. Forward and in. Exercise number 6. The feet start hip width, knees and toes aligned, hands to the side of our hips, nice and relaxed in your shoulders and your arms. We're going to do a sideways lunge. So for this lunge, you still want your knees and toes pointing forward. Okay, that's your main teaching point. So you're going to step sideways 3 o'clock on a clock, and simultaneously swing your arms forward to push your hips back a little bit. So your weight's in the heel, and then you return into center. And again, you step out this time to 9 o'clock, swing the arms forward and return in. Okay, so the main thing to keep your knees and toes pointing forward. As you swing forward with the arms, the hips go back and in, side step, swing forward and return in. So distribute your weight onto the lead leg. So you'll see my trail leg is extended. Step it in, and we'll do 3 more. Swing and center, swing, push those hips back to center, and then 1 more, swinging forward, hips go back and into center. Exercise number 7, we're going to give our legs a little rest, so we're on the wall. So for this exercise here, the further away from the wall you are, the harder the exercise. Okay, so start roughly 3 feet away from the wall. Your hands are in line with your shoulders, and the movement pattern is just a press-up movement with the arms. So you're going to bend the elbows. As you go in towards the wall, you lift one foot to bring your knee in towards the wall, and then push away, plant the foot down, and then switch your leg. So as you bend the elbows, lift the knee and push away. Okay, and as I say, if you want to make it harder, step further away from the wall and push, switch the leg, bend the elbows, lift the knee and push away, bend the elbows, lift the knee and push away. Okay, so keep your body in a nice straight line as you go in towards the wall, and you'll come up very subtly off your heel as you go in and back. And then we'll do a couple more. Lift the knee, bend the elbows and push, lift the knee bend the elbows and push away. So exercise number 8, this is the final one of the round. Just really relax your body for this exercise here. Your feet are roughly shoulder width, okay? And then your hands cross over your chest like so. So my fingertips are resting on the opposite shoulder. And then the movement's really simple. You're just going to rotate your spine so your head follows as you twist. You almost want to follow all the way behind you if you can, and then smoothly across, twisting the opposite way. Okay, and then smoothly across. You'll notice my head tries to turn all the way behind me, smoothly across. And you're just nice and relaxed, particularly in your upper body, and just smoothly twisting from side to side. And we'll do 4 more here, and 3, and 2, and the final one to come into center. So we're into round number 2, so we're going to go from control mode into what I call challenge mode. This means we're just moving our bodies a little bit quicker to elevate our heart rates up. So we're going to go on to exercise number 1. This will be your feet shoulder width, hands clasped up to the high diagonal for our golf squat, and we go. We'll swing to center, into your heels, and across. Center, and across. Center, and across. So your head following your hands, and your weight just pushing back as you go down into your heels, down to the heels. Okay, so imagine you got your golf club and you're swinging, drop and swing, drop and swing. Well done, guys. As always, keep a nice rhythm to these moves. Into center and across, into center and across. And we'll do 1 more of these. Down and across, and then we'll go straight into exercise number 2. So this one, you bring your feet to hip width, hands to the side, and we'll go. So you lunge back and lift your arms up into center to switch your leg, lunge back and lift, and lunge back and lift. So nice straight lines for your feet, nice and relaxed in your arms and your shoulders. And on this one, your range, drop low to make it harder, and step and stay more upright to make it slightly easier. Okay, so lunge and lift, and lunge and lift. And let's do 3 more from here, and last 2, and final one to come into center. Let's go straight to exercise number 3. Remember, if you need the support of a chair or the wall, do grab that. This is the slide and stand. So feet are hip width for your foundations, pulling your belly button in to gain your control. So belly button pulls in, slide the hand down the leg, kick the opposite leg back, and then stand nice and tall, switching legs, sliding down, and stand nice and tall, switch across, slide and stand, belly button in, slide and stand. This is a good one to listen to your body. So you'll notice that you have one side slightly better balance than the other. So you just want to be aware of that and work on improving it over time. And last one, sliding down to stand nice and tall. Perfect. And then we'll go on to exercise number 4. Our feet go outside shoulder width, one arm up to the high diagonal, pulling back into your shoulder blade. Your head follows your hand as you touch down, across to your shin, and return up. And again, head follows, and return, head follows, and return. So arm is long, slight bend at the knees when you go down, and return up. Let your head follow your hand. And we'll do a couple more on this side. So last one, down and return. And then we switch straight across, hand up, shoulder back, touch down to the shin, returning up, touch down to the shin, and return it up. So nice and smooth as always. Nice rhythm to these exercises. I have a saying that rhythm makes repetitions easier. And then your last two, touching down to return up. And last one, touching down to return up. Well done, guys. If you're keeping up, very good effort. If not, just stay in control mode, go at your own pace. Exercise 5, your feet are hip width, your hands interlinked, and a little lift behind your hips. You want to maintain that so you have a stretch in your shoulders. The movement is very, very simple. We're going to go forward, bend the knees, and return up to switch sides. Forward, bending the knees, and returning in. Again, if you want to shorten your range to make it slightly more manageable, you can. Okay, so slight bend at the knees, and return, a full lunge, dropping your back knee just above the floor, and return. Nice straight lines for those feet. Let's do 4 more. And 3. Remember to keep those hands lifted behind the hips. Last 2. And then 1 more to return in. Perfect. Exercise number 6, our feet stay hip width. Hands to the side of the hips. We're going to do a sideways lunge. Remember your 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock on a clock. And then your knees and toes facing forward. So you step sideways, knees and toes stay forward, swing the arms, return to center and step across, swing the arms forward and return in. Okay, so your trailing leg wants to extend. So your weight's on the lead leg, into center and across. Push those hips back as you bend the knee. Let's do 4 more. Swing forward to get the hips back. Swing forward to get your hips back. And your final 2. And the last one. Well done, guys. Let's give those legs a little bit of a rest for exercise number 7. This is the wall press. So you'll start roughly 3 feet away from the wall. If you want to make it harder, step further away. Your hands in line with your shoulders. As you bend your elbows, you're going to lift one knee in towards the wall. So lift and push away to plant the foot. Switch the leg, lift the knee, bend the elbows, step back and return. Okay, so on your supporting leg, you come just slightly off the heel as you go in. And again, bend the elbows, lift the knee and return in. And again. Try and also keep your belly button pulling in towards your spine so that your body stays nice and stable. Let's do another 3. Lift and push. Last 2. Lift the knee, push to plant the foot. Last 1. Lift the knee, push to plant the foot. Perfect. And then exercise number 8, the final one of the round. We're really relaxed. Okay, your feet are shoulder width. Your hands go across to your opposite shoulder girdle, okay? So your fingertips resting on your shoulders. As I say, nice and relaxed. You're just going to twist your spine. Your head follows the movement and then smoothly across. Smoothly across. Okay, so just stay nice and relaxed, particularly in your upper body, and try and get a full range of movement, twisting side to side. A nice one to finish the round. And twist, and twist, and twist. Last 2. And final 1. Into center. And that is the round complete, guys. Well done. Remember, if you are doing this session on your own, a full one consists of a total of 3 or 4 rounds. Okay? I'll leave you for now, but take care of yourselves and I hope to see you soon.